What a buzzkill. All right, are we back or what? Did we come back? I had to restart the stream. I don't know why YouTube just suddenly said, screw you, we're going dark. Hello? Yeah, I think we're back. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. We had to shut it down and turn it back on. I have no idea what happened there. I'll let you guys trickle back in. I thought you lost power for a minute. I thought I lost power for a second. Holy smokes. Yeah, now my chat's all jacked up. Man. I hate streaming this stuff. It's not that I don't like streaming for you guys. It's I don't like dealing with this stupid software that supposedly is good. It's not good. It sucks. One little hiccup here and there and everything just goes south. Probably need to upgrade my system. But hey, we're back! Hey, it's a sequel, I know. I think I went live like 3 times. Where's Max? Max is down here snoring. He's snoozing. He had his dinner and he's taking his evening nap. Yeah. Alright, so here we go. We're going back to where we were, which is we've got an Aqua Elite 240mm AIO that we're going to check out the hardware to make sure, or to see if we can, or to see if we're using these stock brackets or not. That's where we left off before, hey, the stream went black. We're going dark. I thought you guys had night vision goggles and stuff. Honestly, I was just testing to see if you guys had night vision goggles. Yeah, so this uses the stock brackets, which that one's actually turned around the wrong way. Not sure why. So, with that being said, we are going to fix that real quick. And then we are going to crash. Yeah, well, no, actually I quit the stream and restarted it because, hello, because we had internet issues. I don't know if it was internet YouTube came over to Twitch to check the progress. Yeah, I had to restart the stream because YouTube went black. I don't know why. So the only way to fix that was to restart Streamlabs. The only other thing I could do is use a connection like Restream. Then I'm only streaming once from Streamlabs out, and then it gets distributed through Restream. It's the only way to fix that, but it's an expensive subscription that I don't want to pay for. Oh, thanks for the sub over there on Twitch. Appreciate you, Young Joe. Why that motherboard have PCI 4 PCIe lanes? It's because it is a VC. So it has a bunch of extra slots on it. Definitely more of a business type board. But it's a B550. I told you I got you. Thank you, sir. Yeah, you should build yourself a PC. I know, I should, instead of building everybody else a PC, I should build myself a PC. Does anybody want to build me a PC? I should use the stock AMD cooler? No. We've got the liquid AIO cooler we're going to be using. Yeah, no, we're back, Luke. We're back. Welcome back. Thank you for hanging out and patiently waiting as I fix that stupid hiccup. I don't know what happened. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get the case out. It's case time. Zappity zap 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 zap. Oh, much static electricity on that one. I feel like somebody plugged in a Tesla before we touched it. Was that? I'm just anticipating another big zap. Oh, and we're still super zoomed in. Sorry, guys. Hey, could you zoom out so we can see, Ben? I will build you a pay. I'm poor. I will build you pay. Well, I mean, that would have been the idea. Kind of weird for me building my own PC. Haven't done that in a long time. Haven't built myself a PC in such a long time. I'm always building everybody else's PCs. Tesla too soon. Hey, I actually like Tesla. For the most part, I think it's a great idea. And it will eventually get there. Right now it's not perfect. Pretty good for our technology today. A little expensive, in my opinion. But not quite, you know, for everyone yet, budget-wise. But yes, that does happen with Teslas. Get a little bit of a zappity zoo. Do giveaways of the stock coolers and extra NZXT cases. I actually got rid of the NZXT cases finally, guys. So, Jesse, who is here somewhere, I don't know if he's here in the chat or not, but Jesse, he actually bought them off of me. I gave him a pretty good deal on them. I gave him a really good deal. I think we saved him $100 for 2 cases. But I gotta go. Wanted to give you this sub. Oh, well, thank you very much. Get yourself a nice 9070 XT and a 9950 X3D. I think all I would need is honestly a 9800 X3D. Maybe a 9900 X3D. Couple extra cores there. But yeah, something like that would be pretty cool. Eventually. You know. Soon. Eventually. Sometime. I wanted to do it last year. Didn't get around to it. It's just going to keep going. But thanks for coming out and hanging out for a little bit, man. I appreciate you. Alright, so here we are with this wonderful Thermaltake case. This is the View 170, where the micro ATX motherboard likes to hang off the side in front of those side fans. A great case for like ITX and that Gigabyte B450 style board, which is like a slimmer styled board. Because your board will end up right here at the edge, and then you have nowhere to run these cables. So you run them up the side, which is kind of weird, or you could run it over the top if you have long enough cables. Not the biggest fan of that. Make it work. I already put the IO shield over here. Shield back. The shield's over here. But the studs are all lined up for micro ATX, which is pretty cool. So we're pretty much ready to drop this sucker in. There we are. And then you can take a few screws to mount this board. Would you build a mineral oil PC? Yeah, man, no, probably not. It's just not practical. For me, that wants to just get in and out when I need to do stuff inside my PC and not deal with 18 gallons of mineral oil. Just too messy. Not my thing. Maybe if it was a actual hobby of mine, like 10 years ago, I might have done it. Just to make my friends go, wow, Ben, you're an idiot. You know, that type of stuff. So I can show up at a LAN party with it. But there's no LAN parties anymore. I think you can use Tesla, the Tesla charge, to power 59. I don't think that's enough power. I don't know. We'd have to message Elon Musk and ask him. Ask him if he'll integrate a 12-volt high power cable for testing purposes. I'm sure he'd think about it. He'd definitely read that email. I feel like. Okay. With that completed, we can move on to getting everything else plugged in here. There's USB. USB 3 is down here. Front panel. Audio. And then I hope these all daisy chain. Pretty sure we only have the one. One on top. The one on the top. we go. Got all our front panel stuff plugged in. I think you could use... Oh, yeah. Didn't Tesla ask Elon to step down as CEO? I don't know. Did they? Looking good so far. Thank you. It's coming along. I don't know. I don't keep up on news that well. I'm actually terrible on that kind of stuff. Alright, so next... I'm actually going to install our power supply. As backwards as that may be from my style. But it's so we can get our EPS cables in. This is a, I believe, semi-modular power supply. Or none at all. 750, that's modular. We are. Power supply installed so that we could get our EPS cables ran, or EPS cable rather. What a tangled mess. So those are installed without having to deal with a crazy bunch of radiator and fans in the way. A lot easier. Next thing we get to deal with is cleaning up this cable mess that you get to see. and we can move on to the AIO. Yeah, the board of Tesla did. Yeah. I did not know that. Coke Zero. I'll have to read up on that because I'm curious about that now as to why that's happening. Probably because he's getting involved in the government stuff and the government people aren't happy about that, and a lot of people aren't happy about it. Or he's just making bad decisions. I don't know. I don't know. Who knows? Gonna be hard to beat 2-minute build stream, Ben. I know. What are we at, like 2 minutes? Did I have a 2-minute build stream? I don't even know what we're at. 20-ish minutes. We were like 45 minutes in on the first half. 30 or 40 minutes in. We're definitely not gonna come close on that. Dang it. Just dump those. Okay. I think we're ready. Come on, you wee little bugger. If my fingers were just slightly smaller, it would be a lot easier. Be that guy on whatchamacallit. Oh. You know, only in my life will something like that happen, where I've got 18 screws magnetically stuck while I'm trying to hold a radiator with the other hand. I just want one screw. See that guy on Game of Thrones, Littlefinger? I need him. You know why they call him Littlefinger, right? Army Vet, welcome back to the build show, sir. How's that finger doing? Have you seen your son lately? I doubt it. Lucas, hey, what's up? I love my PC. It performs so good. Welcome back, sir. Welcome back to the build show. Tet, LOL, no comment. Yeah, no comment. Don't know why I'm talking about Littlefinger on. Would be so cool if you and the wifey built a PC Live. I know, everybody wants me to do that, and I don't know if she'd be willing to do that or not. she's a little more shy. MX Bikes FSR. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Did you play any other games there? Probably should have moved this over just a little bit. Just a tad. But it's okay. Alright. Now I just want to pull these through the best I can. Feel like there's a little bit floating there, maybe not. Yep. As good as you can get. Okay. So our cooler is mounted at the top of the case. At least the radiator is. Next we have to block this on the CPU. Or put the block on the CPU. Call it a block because it's mostly just a block of copper. This one I think has the pump built into it though. It does. So, I don't know why I said so. So, we're going to be putting the pump block on. That case is a lot bigger in person, I know it is. It's a wee bit large, but you need it for the larger parts, right? You got the 903 Max, right? Not yet. I want to run 600 FPS in Fortnite, though. You're definitely probably going to hit that. Oh. Let's see why you wouldn't be able to hit it. Come on. Find the hole. I was trying to put the wrong part in the hole. And tell her she would get paid, LOL. I'll ask her. But it's kind of hard to do because we got a little baby. So she has to be there for the baby. We'd have to have somebody come here and watch her, at least for a little bit. The baby. I peeled the peels and now I'm gonna lock this sucker down. Locking it down. Yeah, very impressed with the build. I'm jealous. Yeah, it's a nice build. Definitely. I was actually shocked it got there so fast. He said, "Hey Ben, I have a question," and then he asked me something about the PC. I'm like, "Is it already there?" So, I'm shocked it's already there. How's the finger? Pardon me, that. Oh yeah, nice. Very nice. Pumps right there. Come on. This is our pump that we're trying to get plugged in right now. At the same time trying to make it so that we can cable manage it. by sending it up through the hole of darkness and despair, where you hide all your cables. Alright, so now we gotta get a twist tie, or a zip tie, or some tweezers, as the bird would call it. Definitely need to get some more zip ties. Today was the first day since surgery I haven't bumped it. Man, that's a bad record if you're just bumping it every day. No, it's good. Ondra, Ben, what's your opinion on the Cooler Master Atmos? AIO? I just ordered one for myself. I actually have not used it. Although in the past, the reason why I haven't used it in the past is because I've had a lot of Cooler Master AIO pumps fail in the past. And that was with a much smaller sample rate. So the percentages were higher. You know? So that is the reason why I haven't really used a ton of Cooler Master coolers. Because I've had a lot of failures on them. That was the older one. I think they had a recall on that one eventually on their flow something. I can't remember the exact model of it. And then they did a lot of work. So I know a lot has changed with Cooler Master. It's just I haven't tried it yet since. So I don't have a honest opinion yet because I haven't gotten to work with it. Definitely give me some feedback if you're going to use it. Would love to know what you think of it. Army Vet, thanks for the sub on Twitch. Appreciate you. Alright, so now that that's nice and clean, we can probably drop a GPU in here now. I think. Very clean cable management there. Almost perfect. Even with the 24 pin, you could barely notice running right there in the front. The reason why we do that, by the way, is because the board lips right over these fans, and if we try to cram it under here up to the board, there's a very high chance that this fan is going to hit it. And I do not want to deal with a phone call, somebody saying, "Bad, my computer sounds like a two-stroke motorcycle that's about to blow up." One of the last things I want to deal with when I build a PC for a customer. So just avoid it. Oh, somebody didn't peel their peels. In a way, I'm actually okay about that. Kept the fingerprints off of it. Oh, somebody forgot to peel the rest of the peel. I thought they were cool. Nice. Alright, so this top slot actually comes out. Nice. But the next one down is a punch out. I'll do. Oh, you better report and tell us if it's a wee bugger or not. I don't think I sound anything like it. Hey, Young Joe, welcome back to the build show again. This is like a 3-video series for this build for some reason. We've had to start and stop the stream a couple times because of the YouTube went black on us, which does happen every now and then, guys, and I don't know why. So if anybody has an answer to that, please point me in the right direction on that. Is there a way to turn your PC into a console-like experience? Yes, actually there is. It would be a what do you call it? Emulator. Ant-Man. The emulator is the PC-like or console-like experience. And back in the day, actually, they used to have Windows Media Center, which was basically like an Xbox experience for PC. But they got rid of that after a while. Nobody used it. So support behind that thing fell like a ton of bricks. Yeah, I gotta move this over here. Okay. Yeah. There we go. The GPU is finished. Dag nabbit. Dag nabbit. Been out of shape. YouTube dumb, what GPU? This is a RX 6600, 8GB by ASRock. It is the Challenger. A challenge worthy of my skill. Does anybody know where that's from? What's the emulator called? There's a lot of different ones. I don't know. It depends on what, you know, what experience you want. Do you want an Xbox experience, or do you want to PlayStation? There's like so many different emulators. Just Google Xbox emulator and start there, and good luck. Don't download a virus. What CPU? It's a Ryzen 5 5500, so it is an AIM-4 CPU, and this is a B550M Pro VC Wi-Fi motherboard with 16 gigabytes of DDR4 3600 CL18 and a 1TB M.2 NVMe SSD with an Aqua Elite 240mm AIO cooling CPU and a View 170 by Thermaltake, which is a micro ATX modern design tower where the intake's on the side, and you also have optional intake on the bottom here. So, and 650 watt 80 plus bronze power supply. Very budget orientated, because I'm trying to target like 7-ish, 7 or 6, between 6 and 7. Yeah, man, I would tell you, but I do not know the emulators' names off the top of my head, so I'd have to Google it as well. Yeah, nice starter PC. I know it's a really solid PC to start on. So it gives the B550M gives them a really good upgrade path. They can go all the way up to, 57 or 5800 X3D, or even 5950 if they wanted to. And the 240mm AIO will cool pretty much any of the AIM-4 CPUs out there. So excellent PC to start with for a starter. Yeah, this is just an inventory build too, so I do have somebody coming on Saturday that was looking for something like this, and I didn't have any more ready, and I'm like, crap, I gotta get one ready. So I was like, okay, I'll have one ready for you. Don't typically do that, but some people don't understand. The typical process for me is we build it on demand, basically. So I put the quote together, and then we build it from there. But it's okay. We can build this, have it ready for them. I do have another option that's ready, but I have somebody that wants to pick it up like in the next day or so. So, trying to please everybody. Trying to make everybody happy. This is actually the one I need right here. So yeah, there's a large rat's nest here, and we'll fix that here in just a moment. Just a moment. We gotta finish the train. The RGB Daisy train. Then we'll get this cleaned up here. And then we can fire this up. And see what it looks like. It's actually gonna look really nice, I think. Really clean. Nice budget style PC, it's gonna look really clean. Okay, I want all this extra crap going down this way. How do we get that there? Actually, we're just gonna tie this in over here. For the S's and G's, go on, get in there. Go on, boy, get in there. I love how I'm like trying to avoid that, but it's like it's forcing me to put the zip tie there. Okay, I'll just go the other way then. How about that? We'll do it backwards. As if I'm left-handed. You had ancient starter? Dang. Yeah, I mean, my starter PC, you guys wouldn't even believe me, but it was a single core processor. And you guys are like, what's single core? Single core is where there's only one core. One thread. Actually, I think there was like 2 threads on it, but that was when hyper-threading was a thing. Hyper-threading? What's hyper-threading? That was a thing. Really big deal back then. Intel waved that massive dick around in front of AMD's face for forever. Hey, we have hyper-threading. AMD doesn't. Silly AMD doesn't know what hyper-threading is. Now AMD's like, silly Intel, you don't know what AMD Vcache is. 3D Vcache. What's up, Jesse? Welcome back to the Build Show, sir. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Yeah, we're just zipping up this PC build here. We got a bunch of people looking for builds this weekend. I feel like they're just hot all of a sudden. I don't know why, but everybody wants a PC right meow. Whoops. Do do do. Do do do. Oh gosh, dang it, that stupid zip tie missed. The one cable, it missed. Yeah, we'll just put a second one right next to it. Call it a day. I'm gonna have to do something about my low zip tie inventory. I wonder if there's any zip tie companies out there that want to sponsor a video. If you want to zip it tight, get the zip tie that zips it tight. Mine was an AMD Athlon XP. Yeah. Mine, during that stage, Jesse, I had a Duron. AMD Duron, because I was a broke young man. Broke young lad. Couldn't afford the Athlon XP, which was the better ass of the two. Could not afford the Athlon XP, although I constantly wanted to get one. Never did. And then eventually upgraded to a AMD... What was the next one? It was when 64-bit became a huge deal. It was a 64 something for AMD. Drawing a blank on it. Pardon my brain fog. Duron equals Celeron, exactly. I did a lot with that Duron though. It was a pretty impressive CPU, especially when I overclocked it to almost 2.1 gigahertz, and I had the 1.6 chip, so 1.6 gigahertz. Got it to what? Almost 2.1. Stable. Yeah, the 64 Athlon, that's what it was. Duh. That's what I upgraded to after my Duron experience. The Duron. All right, well, this bad boy's ready to go. I think it is time. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. When you listen to the song long enough, my dad custom made it back 12 years ago. It was an i7 3770K. It was actually pretty good. Pretty good. An SLI 1080. Nice. You were high rolling if you had two 1080s back then. And put an EVGA, and then gave it to one of my brothers, put a 1660 Ti in it, and gave it to me for like 3 to 4 years. Nice. My old PC still has Diablo 1 and LimeWire. Oh my gosh. LimeWire, get that stuff off of there. You're gonna catch a bug. Mike Thompson, I'm here. I thought you was done for. No, I'm not. We're good. We just had to restart the stream a little bit ago. Steve, my mom had an LGA 775 board with the S single core CPU and 1 gig of RAM. It was a Dell. So I put a Q6600 and 8 gigs of DDR2 RAM, and it was blazing fast. Nice. Then what color should I change my PC to next month? Let's go with orange. That's a tough one. Or no, you know what? In honors of Empower, go green. Not a Michigan State fan, but go green. What about set up a rear fan to the bottom side fan, bottom to 3 intake fan to exhaust AIO? That way can cross the 24-pin cable through the space. Wait. What about this setup? Rear fan to the bottom. So yeah, you could. I could do that. I could do that. Yes, Onra. You're talking about this build? Ow, got zapped. Don't know why I got zapped. You're talking about this build. Move the fan. Let me side top fan to the bottom. So move this side fan here to the bottom for intake. Yeah, I mean that would probably work, but then then it goes to the aesthetics. You could barely notice the cables there. Barely notice it. 'Cause I mean, I made it really clean. I zipped it up so all the cables are stacked cleanly. It looks nice. Actually, it reminds me, we gotta put a zip tie on this. But it's super clean. Hard to tell. And I'd rather have the fans on the side, which is gonna be way more aesthetically pleasing for the eyes, than having the one on the bottom and the one on the side. But yes, maybe if it was like my personal PC, I would do that. But if I do that and try to sell it, people are gonna think it's weird. And trust me, a lot of PC builders do that with this case. But it's a good point. It would be a good solution. Got a new record in the 100-meter sprint in today's track meet. Oh, nice. 13.65 seconds. So you definitely would beat me. Good to know I should not run away from the bazooka builder. Yeah, I think it's time, guys. Nice and clean. So you could barely notice this black cable running behind the graphics card there. It's so difficult to notice. Thoughts on an i7-8700K? It's outdated. It's tough because it was a good platform back when it was out, but it did not age well. It's having a terrible time keeping up with anything today. It's technically, what, a 4-core processor or a 6-core processor? Ben, I'm so sorry if you got this a lot at this point in time. Would you buy a 5090? I keep dragging my feet. Now the drivers scare me. For the price right now, no. But tariffs haven't technically gone into full effect. Some companies have already raised their prices for tariffs. So keep that in mind. The prices will probably only go up. Here, let me get in frame. Only go up. As time goes on. So, do I know when the price is going to come back down? Absolutely not. I cannot predict that, but it's a crappy situation where, I mean, if you think about it, you know, spending $3 grand on a card, guys do that on their car all the time. You know, for their car hobby, they probably spend $3 grand every weekend when they go to the racetrack to race their car. I'm just speculating. I don't know. Okay, 3090. Yeah, 3090 is still a good card. The 3090 is. Yeah, Loop, are you sending that Z390 back? Tariffs on pause till July 9th, I know, but it will eventually hit. And when they do, the prices will go up. And there's some companies taking advantage of the situation and putting the tariff price on everything ahead of time so they make profits, because everybody's a greedy company where everybody wants to make money. So be careful of that. And then they blame it on the tariffs. Oh, it's the tariffs. The tariffs on the gallon of milk. Wait, milk was imported? No. No, it's U.S. milk. Why is there tariffs increasing? Cost. Well, there might be a long chain for the milk, actually, because you distribute it, you have to use a truck, and a truck uses parts, and some parts probably come out of country. So there's probably some sort of effect there on everything with tariffs. All right, let's get that side view going. Yeah. There you go. Nice side view of the beast. Who wants to do the honors tonight and tell us to move that bus or push that button? Now he's running an i9 10900F and a 2080 Super. That's a pretty good build still for today. I'm going to sell the i7-87K and Z370 RG Strix so I can move over to my i5 13K build. Okay. Okay. We have another build after this? We could. What time is it? It's 11:15. How about we come back and do 2 builds tomorrow night? We're going to do a upgrade slash build. So we're going to take a customer's old PC and do some upgrades to it. And then we'll have another... We'll do another inventory build tomorrow. Deal? And I'll start earlier instead of almost 10 o'clock. Lose the glasses, but then I won't be able to see, young Joe. Fire it up. Push it. Fire it up. Do it. Why is it called tariffs and not just taxes? Because it's a fancy term for it, but that's technically what it is. We're taxing other countries. We're basically doing what we fought not to do back in the day. I don't know. That's a whole debate that we're not going to get into. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Well, it's okay, young Joe. I can barely read that, but yeah. Here we go. Perfect song for this. Nice vibe. I'm gonna put the glasses back on because I didn't put a timer on that. Oh yeah, with the RGB on the top too. He's pretty. But you see what I mean? You can barely see Onera with the RGB lights on. It's hard to see that cable running there. Very, very difficult to notice. You can put them on. I put them back on, don't worry. Sorry, that was my 5700X trying to catch up with life for just a moment there. Actually, I think it's the B550 motherboard in my, or X570 motherboard in my build. I think I have an X570. It's either a B550 Steel Legend by ASRock or it's an X570 Steel Legend by ASRock, but either one. Pretty sure that board causes that problem that just happened just a moment ago on the stream. Running pretty quiet, I know. It's very quiet. It is, actually. Looks good. I know, it's a solid build. It'll be a nice budget build for somebody just starting out with PC. Just imagine. They're coming, they're looking for a PC. They're on this great adventure looking for a PC to get off the Xbox or the PlayStation to experience something that they've never experienced before, which is PC gaming. And they choose this rig. Get it home, they take it out of the box, they plug it in, they install their first game or download Steam. They run it. And they realize they're addicted from that moment on. They actually don't realize that they're addicted, but they are addicted from that moment on. Addicted to upgrading. Love the vibe. You got here, man. Thank you. Yeah. Vibes are a lot better when you're fixed. That sounds terrible. When you don't have a groin hernia and your teeth aren't hurting. Take the pressure off. Yeah. Is the 5900 XT a good CPU for the 4060? I can't remember if the... Does anybody else know the XT? 5900 XT? I'm pretty sure... I don't remember why they came out with that processor. The 5900 XT. All I want to do is upgrade my PC. I know. I've been putting that off on my end for like the last 2 years, except for RAM, storage, and a USB controller, and what else did I do? Something else. But you know, I've been putting it off for quite a bit. I mean, RAM, storage, and USB controller was all requirements for the stream. 5900 XT has 72 mega L3 cache. It would be great for any build. I know it would be great for any build, but I mean, I can't remember what the purpose. Why did they come out with that CPU versus just the 5900X or the 5950X? I can't remember why they did it. I just got it. Ah, yes. Pretty build, sir. Thank you, Aaron. AA Ron. I'm always just going to call you AA Ron in here. I hope you know that. The 40 series does not seem to be affected by the driver situation. That's pretty good to know. I don't think I saw... The only thing that I saw was like 5090s and like 5080s, I think, were mostly affected, or at least that I saw. It's because of that the FSR, the DLSS 4.0, or yeah, the DLSS stuff. That's been the problem. And so now when software messes up, and it messes up the card's probably going to show poor performance that way. But I think it was a power issue, wasn't it? I can't remember. Every day there's like a new problem with NVIDIA with something, and I don't know what to say about it. Other than they will resolve it on the next driver release. I hope. What's the difference with a 5500 versus a 5600 Ryzen 5? So the primary difference there is PCIe 4.0 support between the two. That's like the identifiable. And there is a pretty good sizable performance leap between the two. But the main is PCIe 4.0 support from the 5600 that the 5500 does not. So the 5500 only has PCIe 3.0 support. But they're both 6 cores, 12 threads, and relatively close boost clocks. core, 24 thread, it made Intel's offering look bad. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it did. AA Ron, welcome. As always, beautiful builds, Ben. Though my work I can get at 5090 at MSRP, although it's back ordered, but at least they let me pay for it at MSRP. Is there any specific manufacturer you'd recommend? Asus or MSI? What's your motherboard that you have right now? Or my PC just... Call of Duty crash, VRAM crash, or my PC just broke. What? It's the new egg. Oh, yeah, yep. I knew that. But you already wanted to upgrade it, Young Joe. Sorry, I talked to a lot of people. I try to keep up. I remember, though. We talked about that Newegg build. My favorite motherboard is not ASRock. I just run an ASRock motherboard because that's what I had when I was doing my build. More so testing for the sake of science, basically. because I had some issues with this board a while ago with another customer, and he kept telling me the computer was doing some weird things. I'm like, I don't... It's kind of weird because he'd bring it back and then I'd have it on the bench for like 2 days and I couldn't reproduce the issue. So I'm like, you know what, I'll just throw the board in my computer and run it and find out. Well, it turns out that's what happened. He got a new board out of it, and I have the bad board in my PC. That was a long time ago. Long time ago. It's not bad, it just, every now and then it does some weird skipping through the audio, and my mouse freezes up all of a sudden. It's really crappy during, you know, gaming sessions if that happens. I do like Gigabyte. They're more recent boards, like the 790 and up for Intel, or the B650 600 series, and their 800 series boards. Those are really nice for AMD. Yeah, let me know what motherboard you have over there, analytics on YouTube. That would be determining kind of what card I would recommend. If you have a Gigabyte motherboard, look for a Gigabyte card. If you have an MSI motherboard, go with an MSI card. If you have an Asus, which it looks like you have the Crosshair X670, so it's an Asus board, go with an Asus card. I'd go with one of the Asus cards then. I know it's probably more expensive, but the ROG Strix would look really nice on that board. My favorite motherboard is the MSI B550A Pro motherboard. Great motherboard for the price. I paid $110 for it, mine new. Yeah, it's a good board. The only downside for PC building when you're flipping or doing PC builds is it lacks Wi-Fi. And almost everybody wants or needs Wi-Fi and Bluetooth now. Because most people that I'm building for are coming into coming in and buying their first PC and coming from console where it has Wi-Fi built in, so it's not even a thought that it doesn't have Wi-Fi included. So I've had so many customers in the past where I ask them, hey, do you want Wi-Fi or Bluetooth on the PC? And they're like, what? It doesn't actually include it? And I'm like, no, it's not actually something that's always included on a build by default. So anyway, going forward, I just started making sure all the motherboards I use have Wi-Fi and Bluetooth built into it. So that's resolved. And or if I do have a board that doesn't have Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, I do provide a Wi-Fi or Bluetooth solution, whether it's external or internal. So that's my theory around picking a motherboard for PC building. It reduces the headaches of somebody buying a PC, coming back to me saying, hey, it doesn't have Wi-Fi, or the Wi-Fi doesn't work, and I'm like, the PC doesn't have Wi-Fi. And they're like, oh, well, why not? Good point. You know, most PCs should have Wi-Fi built into them in 2025. For $26, I do have a Wi-Fi. I know, exactly. For 26 bucks, you can add Wi-Fi, a PCIe Wi-Fi 6 card with Bluetooth on it. I know, it's really cheap. But when you're building a ton of PCs, it's just easier if it's just on the board already. But that if it was external, it would make it easier to replace if you ever had to replace the Wi-Fi card versus a whole motherboard. So there's a trade-off there for if I'm doing thousands of these a day. Might make more sense to make it a modular card. Right on, guys. Well, there's the build for the night, the inventory build. I believe this is going to be going to a customer this weekend, so super excited to see the look on his face when we pull it out of the box, put it in the bench, and fire it up for them so they can take a look at it and test it out. And then tomorrow we'll be back. I don't think I have anything else that's going to possibly impede the stream, other than possible walk-in customers that, like tonight. And yeah, we'll be back tomorrow night, and we'll be streaming a couple of builds. Like I said, tomorrow night we have a customer who dropped off their old PC that's behind me, and we're going to be doing some upgrades to it. So we'll start with an old PC, tear it apart, and build out a new upgraded system for him using some of his old components to save some cost. And then we'll do another inventory build tomorrow night. And then Saturday we should be doing another build stream on Saturday, depending on if all the parts are here for this build or not. So I do have the same with 2.5 gig LAN. Oh, nice. Have a great night. Thank you. You as well, everybody. Have a good night. This is where I shall part ways for the evening. It's 11:30 p.m. Eastern Time here in Michigan, Lake Orion, Michigan. Have a good night, guys. We'll see you tomorrow night, hopefully with less issues on the stream. Thanks for riding that out. We'll see you guys.